Okay, welcome back. HEG, a stock in focus, not the best set of numbers because interest cost and the forex loss weighed heavily on the counter. 3% higher, however, in trade today. Lots to talk about with them. So get in Manvinder Ajmani, CFO of HEG, on the phone line from Delhi. Thanks so much for joining in, Mr. Ajmani. Would this pressure on the bottom line by virtue of the forex loss and the interest cost as well continue in the quarter ahead, or you won't experience the same pressures the next quarter?
The financing cost would continue to remain at these levels or slightly higher on account of higher borrowing to finance the capital addition, and we expect that some of the hedges continue to remain in the negative territory due to the sharp depreciation in rupee that was witnessed, and maybe for a quarter or so this pressure would remain. Although the operating results have seen a lot of improvements. We have had capacity utilization which has been well above 100%, and we expect that the EF demand will continue to hold up well. We have seen a good impact on the pricing of electrodes for this calendar. We continue to expect that we will have a good volume growth of about 20% this year, and to be followed by another 20% next year, 20 to 25% next year. And so overall we are looking at the operating results with a lot of positives and optimism. Yeah.
What about the debt levels of the companies then, with interest costs going up?
The debt levels are close to about 1250 crores, and yet the overall debt equity still remains very manageable, about 1.6. Graphite electrodes is a business which has a long working capital cycle, and typically the working capital intensive, it's a working capital intensive business, and our working capital debt is close to about 825 crores, and the rest is long-term borrowing, including financing for our recently completed expansion to 80,000 tons. This expansion has made us by far the largest single-site integrated graphite electrode manufacturer in the world, and we hope to consolidate our position from this point forward.
Is there a repayment schedule that is lined up?
I'm sorry?
Is there a repayment schedule of the debt that is sitting on the books right now?
There are no immediate pressures on the redemption side of debt. We will have the next about 100 crores of repayment this year, or the next financial year, which are close to October and December.
Okay, Manvinder, a couple of questions really on whether or not Bhilwara Energy, which is a subsidiary I believe still of HEG, or HEG has a stake out there. What's the plan there? I mean, one, is the listing out of the question for the next 12 months? And two, there were talks of, at least 6 months ago, there were talks of you looking at a private equity investor, Bhilwara Energy looking at a private equity investor coming in. What's the update there?
Bhilwara Energy has tied up recently for the debt side of the financial closure of their LICO plant, LICO project, and they are looking at the financial closure respect of debt side for the Arunachal project, and they are looking at the equity infusion as well. Obviously, the IPO route will depend a lot upon how the stock markets continue to behave going forward.
Sure.
But they will continue to look for good private equity investment at an.
Okay, Manvinder, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in. Let's get in one more voice, important one at that. Oil India should pull up. I think we have the management with us. Mr. Kumar, thanks so much for joining in. Give a, what? Okay, we'll just get that phone going in a bit. But remember, the stocks haven't